Welcome back to Wisconsin Family. We're having a great time here at Rock and Roll Winery in Poynette. It's a beautiful day no matter what. It's a little cloudy today, but it's a beautiful day no matter what.
Yeah, but
what time
we're
of day
inside today, and it's such a cool space. We're going to chat with those folks a little later. Looking
certainly
forward to
are.
it.
And Emily Ruzicka joins us again. You were here last time we were at Rock and Roll. Do I sense a trend? Is that on purpose?
That's
Maybe.
no accident, is it?
No accident, no. I was happy to come out here again. It's quite nice. It's a different space we're in today. It's beautiful. So
Emily joins us from Dawg Dayz Grooming and Care, and we're going to talk a little bit today about dogs in public places. Do rules vary, depending on, what municipality that you're in, if you're in Madison versus DeForest versus Waunakee, as far as dogs being allowed in public places?
right. So there's a couple different things I wanted to hit here. One being typically in all cities, you need to have your dog on a leash. That's for everybody's safety, for everybody's well-being, especially a dog, because we're in a city and there's roads and cars and things like that. So typically, the rules are across the board that you need to have your dog on a leash. A little bit different though, depending on what kind of public space you're in when it's a green space. So there's different kinds of parks. There's city parks, county parks. I can't speak to all the surrounding areas because I'm not as familiar with the rules, but I did bring a list so we could let people know the difference of the rules within different kinds of parks.
Yeah, I think that'd be great for folks, dog owners, pet owners at home who, maybe don't know what to do, and you've taken the research out of it for us. So talk to us a little bit about what parks can we go to, and they're dog friendly, they can run amok.
Yeah, exactly. So typically in Madison parks, and I'll just speak to that because that's where I grew up and that's where I live and I'm most familiar with, but in Madison parks, typically you're gonna see a big sign there that says dogs not allowed, or on the sign, many parks say dogs allowed but must be on a 6-foot leash or less. So your dog can be with you, your dog can be running and playing with you, but it needs to be still able to be under voice control and actually attached to you by a 6-foot leash. That's typically a Madison park rundown. But there is a list that I brought of a couple Madison parks that allow either have areas that are off-leash dog park areas within the park, or the whole park is off-leash. And that's the actual statement is called, this is an off-leash dog park. So in Madison proper, I brought this list like I said, there is Quan Park, which is over by the Coliseum. Sycamore Park, which is out on the far east side of Madison. Walnut Grove Park, which I'm sorry, I don't know exactly where that is. I think it's West Side.
It's West Side.
West Side, okay, thank you, West Sider. There is Warner Park, which is north. It's very nice. That borders some water, so your dogs get a chance to swim, although it can be a little mucky and marshy, depending.
Might have a stinky dog.
Yeah, it depends on the time of year, but I've had a dog go in blonde and come out black sometimes.
Oh my gosh.
So it's just, you want to be aware of if your dog is a swimmer, likes to chase water stuff, just be aware of that there. But it's a beautiful park. Also, Brittingham Park, which is south, that's right off Proudfoot, near downtown. Demetral Park, that's north again. McCormick Park, which I believe is east as well, and then Odana School Park, which is out west. So that means there's going to be rules that are posted that says your dog can be off a leash in certain areas, and they're pretty clear about it. So it's nice to know because you don't want to end up, unfortunately, getting a ticket in a park that doesn't allow that because you want your dog to run.
How fun for the dogs.
Yeah.
I can just imagine that moment. You release the leash and
they know. You get your
go.
hand down by the collar and tinkle, and they know and they're just ready. So
Lots of fun. I like it.
So this is City of Madison.
Right.
Can you talk about some surrounding areas? Are there places that dogs are allowed in surrounding areas?
Yeah, so again, I'm familiar mostly with Dane County, which is where my business resides, and that's one of the parks that we are by, which is, we call it Cherokee Marsh, but it's actually technically called Yahara Heights, and that's between Madison and Waunakee off Highway 113. And there was just a little snippet of information I pulled off their website. It said Dane County Parks was one of the first park systems in the nation to develop off-leash dogs exercise areas, which I think is pretty cool. I didn't know that. So so yay for Dane County. The other ones quickly are Badger Prairie, Capitol Springs Recreation Area, Indian Lake, Prairie Marine, Token Creek, Viking Park, and then the Yahara Heights. So that's 7 of them that have either off-leash dog areas for full running, or the whole place is off-leash, so it's all for dogs. Like Yahara Heights, it's fenced, you go in, your dog's free to run as long as it's under voice control. So just some education out there for dog owners if they would need a place to go to get the dogs Wileys out, those are the places.
So other fun things, of course, for dogs are coming to Dawg Dayz Grooming and Care. It's a vacation for the pups, so you get to send them there and they have a nice time. But you always come prepared with a great story, and I love that because it's my favorite part about talking to you. So tell us your story about Spot and share with folks at home.
Okay, so my family out there watching this already knows this story, and it's kind of silly, but if anyone's familiar with like the Walmart greeter, which was like the person that you come into Walmart and they say hello, welcome, that's just kind of a an idea when you think about this story is the Walmart greeter. So I have a terrier named Spot. He hasn't been on the show since way in the beginning because sometimes where we film, they don't allow dogs. But he's been on camera quite a bit. He's in the commercials and stuff. And he is a terrier who, terriers can be a little bit more sassy, I'll just put it that way. And so sometimes their greeting is a little more intense. Hello, 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 versus like, oh, hey, how you doing? Which a different breed might do. So at Dawg Dayz, he started it with me. He was there from the beginning. So his idea of welcoming was sometimes very intense in that way. So we would just say that he was the worst Walmart greeter ever and didn't necessarily represent the welcoming feeling I always wanted in my business. And so one day I left for work to go open Dawg Dayz, and Spot slept in and didn't make it. And so he, my husband jokes that he wandered down the street and was seen waiting for the bus to come to Dawg Dayz because I left him behind because he's not a good Walmart greeter. So that's the story.
Poor
it's a little
Spot.
embellished, but if anyone knows Spot, they'll appreciate that.
Yeah.
So
shout out to Spot.
shout out to Spot. Exactly.
Really quick before we go, Emily, I want you to have a chance to talk about your first time special.
Oh, that's typically, just in case nobody remembers, first daycare day to try out is always free. So that's just something good to know out there. Yep,
Very cool.
first time free.
Yeah.
Yep.
Emily Ruzicka from Dawg Dayz Grooming and Care, thanks so much for joining us today. And don't go away, there is more Wisconsin Family coming up right after this. Stick around.
Thank you.